Hi everybody. Today we are talking about why caregivers can't leave abusive relationships. I receive a lot of comments about this topic here on my YouTube channel, where you will find over 800 videos for caregivers and aging adults. So if there is a question you have, or there's a subject that you're wondering about, likely there is a video here, and if there's not, down below you can post a comment and ask a question, and if I have a video on that topic, I will link it to you. If not, I will create the video. I'm Pamela D. Wilson. I am a 20-plus year caregiving expert, advocate, and speaker. My website's PamelaDWilson.com. A lot of hope, help, and support there. Again, please click the link below, follow, like, share my YouTube channel so that other people can find hope, help, and support. So, are you a caregiver stuck in an unhealthy or toxic caregiving relationship where all you can dream of is walking out that door and not coming back, but for some reason you can't do it? Do you have friends that say, why do you stay in this relationship if you're so miserable? Do your family members say, I don't know how you're doing that? Have your siblings disappeared from your life and the life of your parents? If so, there's probably a reason. They decided they were done, that they didn't want to be in this relationship, that they didn't want to suffer from this type of abuse. So there's a lot of words that relate to this. There's an acronym, it's ACEs, A-C-E-S, kind of like an ace of cards, right? But it's Adverse Childhood Event Experiences. And these are experiences that happen when you are a child with your parents, who may be physically abusive, emotionally abusive. Maybe they're over-controlling. They want to control everything that you do. Maybe they have an alcohol use problem or a substance use problem, or they were abused by their parents. So they are a child of abuse and they don't know how to have a different relationship with their children. So this passes down from generation to generation from generation, and it likely gets worse. Now, the effects of this can be wide-ranging. It can just be that you're a child in this trauma relationship and you grow up and you are made to believe that you're not worthy, you're not a good person, you can't succeed, you can't do things on your own. Your parents have made you totally dependent on them for love and approval, right? So all of your relationships after this, especially if you marry or you have friends, you may look for people like your parents because you think that that's all there is out there. You don't know any different. In other situations, sometimes children of these ACEs relationships get involved in drugs and the juvenile justice system and the criminal justice system, and they end up in jail for years, incarcerated, and they get out and they have to do reentry and rebuild a life. This childhood abuse really is a long-term effect. And so the reason that caregivers become stuck in these relationships with abusive parents or abusive spouses or any type of abusive person, right, is a lot. And let's talk about the effects. So if you're in this relationship and you're thinking, I'm not really sure if this is abusive or not, I don't know, again, because you don't know any different, let's look at the effects. Do you have poor emotional control? Your emotional health is not good. Your physical health is not good. Maybe you're sick all the time. Sickness and illness is actually an effect of stress. And it can be a huge effect of caring for somebody who is verbally abusive to you, who doesn't appreciate you, who makes you feel bad all the time, which takes us to low self-esteem. You feel like you can't do anything because all this person tells you is you're not good enough. What you're doing is not good enough. It's not right. Yeah, they may throw you a tidbit every now and then and say thank you, and then that makes you just feel like so wonderful that you continue to stay in this crazy relationship, right? Other situations. You're a caregiver caring for an abusive person. They don't want you to leave the house. You can't get a job. You can't support yourself. So really you're financially dependent on this person who is abusing you, and you dream of getting out, but you have no way of getting out because you're not financially independent. You couldn't go rent an apartment. You can't buy a car. You can't get a job. And because of all of this difficulty, right? Maybe your friends have left you because all you can talk about is how crazy this is, or maybe you're embarrassed and you don't share this abusive story with anybody. But the bottom line is you don't have a support system. You don't have a social network because you have become so isolated because the person that you care for is not a nice person. Okay? This also may relate to other relationships that go back into your childhood. So maybe you were this abused child who was bullied by your schoolmates because you weren't with the in crowd, or you had low self-esteem, or you couldn't, you didn't have the clothes that the other kids had, or maybe you ate differently. I mean, there's all kinds of things that happen, and children are not actually nice to each other because they don't know, and they don't understand that not everybody has the same financial support from parents or support from parents. Not everybody has good parents. So it can be crazy. And then as this caregiver, and this happens with caregivers in all walks of life, it doesn't have to be a situation of any abuse at all, but you lose your identity. You lose the person that you were before caregiving, if that ever happened, right? You lose your friends, your social life, the things that you like to do, and your life totally revolves around being this person who cares for somebody else. And so you have no job, no life, no friends. This caregiving has become your life, and it's hard to get out of it. So many people may look at you and think, God, you're crazy for staying in this relationship, right? But honestly, how do you get out? How do you leave? It's not as simple as saying, hey, I'm gone, I'm packing a bag, and you're out the door, right? Where are you going to go if you have no job, no money, no friends, and no life? And when you think of leaving, you probably get more emotionally distressed because of all those factors, right? Or when you tell your mom or dad that you want to get a job or you're thinking of leaving, then all of a sudden they become really nice and they make all these promises saying, oh, I promise I'll change. I won't be mean to you anymore. I'll appreciate you, blah, 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 right? But it never happens. And so what happens is you believe that all of these behaviors that you're experiencing with this parent are normal. They are not normal. There are nice people out there, helpful people out there. There is a wonderful life outside of a life of abuse. So the problem is you have to find out how to get from A to B. So how do you do this? Well, first of all, you have to think that you can do it, right? Avoid self-blame. You didn't cause any of this. It came from your parents. It may have come from their parents down. It's a childhood event. It's not your fault. Okay, then start maybe keeping a diary about all these things that are happening so that you can say, you know what? This isn't a good thing. I don't want this in my life. I would rather have this. So you kind of have to learn the differences between a bad relationship and a good relationship. And I hope that you have some kind of friend or confidant or family member or somebody that can show you that relationships can be positive and people can be nice, right? So journal. And then try to find this confidant that can share the other side of life with you so that you can create a path for change. Now, this may be super difficult because if you are in that situation where you got no job, no friends, and no life, you have to figure out how to leave. So you may have to do some research. If you can, go see a trauma counselor who can help you with a lot of this. Now, I realize some of you are saying, I can't leave the house, I don't have health insurance, I can't pay for that. I get that. Other options, and these are going to be maybe scary for you, but there are women and men shelters for people who are in abusive relationships. You could leave and have arrangements to at least have a place to live and get support so that you can get back on your feet and get a job and support yourself. You can't just leave and go live in your car or be homeless. That is not an option. That's going from a bad situation to a bad situation. And I realize you're hearing this and you're thinking, well, Pamela, it's not that easy. It is not going to be easy because you are in a very difficult situation. If you're on Medicaid, contact the county social service offices. They may have support there. There's also a national domestic hotline. That number is 800 I think it's 7997238. And if you're going to do that and get the support, I suggest leaving, but not telling your abusive parent where you're going. Just make an appointment every day to go for a walk from 1 to 2 and say, look, I'm getting out for some exercise, and then go do these other things to help you work on your own life and help you get a plan to leave. Then you may be thinking, well, who's going to take care of my parent? While you're doing all this and you're making a plan for your life, get a list of phone numbers, get a list of contacts for your parent to say, hey, you know what? I've decided I'm leaving in a day, a week, 2 weeks. There's a whole list of numbers of people that you can call for help. I suggest that you start making phone calls because I'm done. And then once you leave, if this relationship is really traumatic, leave. Don't go back. Don't come back, because they will try to pull you back. You've got to establish your own life separate of this abusive situation. And if you are a family member or a friend of somebody who's experiencing this, do what you can to help out, realizing that this person may be so stuck that they may not be able to figure these things out on themselves, or you may give them suggestions and they may not follow through. This is a very difficult situation, but being supportive, you may be that one person, that one bright spot in their life that they look forward to having a phone call with once a week, or maybe having a cup of coffee, even though they're not ready to leave the situation. So be patient. Your friend or your family member who's in this abusive relationship is having a really hard time, and you may be the one that can help. Thanks for being here for this video. Please share it with other people you know who are in these situations seeking hope, help, and support. There's a lot of help here. Over 800 videos on my website or on my YouTube channel, and other support on my website. I'm Pamela D. Wilson, caregiving expert. Have a fabulous day today. I will see you all again soon in another video.